And it's time to wrap up all the action from a massive Thursday at the Mountain. Supercheap Auto, Bathurst 1000, Paddock Pass, Chad and Andy down in what is now finally a very quiet and calm pit lane. But just moments ago, Andy, it was the exact opposite.
It certainly was. It was crazy down here. We saw the final of the Paddock Pit Stop Challenge. You're right, there's a bit of a really eerie calmness about the BP Ultimate Pit Lane at the moment. You can hear a couple of hammers in the background there, the gantry that was the start line for that Paddock Pit competition, and that was wrapped up, so that was cool. Winner, Chad?
Brad Jones Racing, once again, congratulations to them, $20,000 richer. That's the second year they've won it in a row as well. We'll talk a bit about that, but we've also got some pretty cool race cars to look at and maybe even talk about some practice results too.
Yeah, some practice results. So we saw Cam Waters super fast today. I know you wanted to get into that car there, but before we do, this was a really, really good initiative by the Kelly Racing guys and the guys at Castrol Racing. So a few familiar faces. I came in and had a look the other day. There's Brett Murray on there, Crusher Murray. Matthew House, the team manager of Kelly Racing, submitted a family photo, and the importance of some of that's going on at the moment is this team is from Victoria, and they have been on the road for a long, long time. There's a whole heap here of Rick Kelly, obviously, a lot of fans sending photos of not only themselves, but with Rick in here. Did you put one in?
Well, check this out. If you zoom in right here, the good news is I made the car. The bad news is there's a white line going straight across my face. So
do you think that happened by accident?
No.
So I was talking to Matthew House about this the other day, and he said there is little tiled sections, so little sections of each photo. So if you go and look around the car elsewhere, you will find your face on there at some point. It's replicated, but really, really cool initiative. I like it. Cameron Waters, he was our fast man today in both practice 1 and practice 3. Will Davison ended up 4th, I think, from memory in practice 2, which was the additional driver session only. You were going to make a reference about this car here, Chad?
Yes, I was. The Ned Whiskey car has been really quick today, and Andre Heimgartner did a fantastic job to be inside the top 5 in that final practice run.
And there's been so much chat about rookies and rookie co-drivers this year. Have a think for Dylan O'Keefe in that car. So he's jumped in and he's going to be the co-driver for Andre Heimgartner, first time here at the Mountain for the 1000K race. I heard an interview with him earlier and he sounds incredibly calm, incredibly confident, and it doesn't seem to be bothering him. So at this stage, that's a good sign.
I'm giggling because I went down and asked the mechanics, about, how's Dylan fitting in? He goes, geez, pretty relaxed. He's just, nothing seems to faze that guy.
And why that's a good thing, Chad, is that if Andre Heimgartner ends up continuing that turn of speed all the way through the weekend, we've seen a really big history here of co-drivers starting in the last 5 or 6 years, and there is every chance that they might start Dylan O'Keefe dependent on speed. And when you've got a guy that's that calm, that's a good sign.
All right, let's go into the winning team for the Paddock Pit Stop Challenge. Well done, gang. Winners, winners. I'm trying to find the trophy. Here it is. I found a trophy. You know how much I love a trophy, Andy. We have just given out the golden rattle gun. It's not plugged in, thankfully, but how good is that? Well done to the crew at Brad Jones Racing to go again to the final with the Shell Feed Power Racing team, the 2 teams that have been in the finals for every single year, or 4 years that we've done it, and they've picked up a pretty... very well done. Yeah, they're supporting testicular cancer down here because, of course, they've got Tom Randall running down here. He's had his own scare with that throughout the year. So well done to the team picking up the golden rattle gun and the $20,000. What do you reckon they're going to do with that money?
Well, I would imagine that it would go to the Christmas party fund, and knowing Brad, that'll get divvied up that way, and they'll have a pretty good Christmas party this year. One thing I will say is second year for BJR to be able to win the Paddock Pit Stop Challenge. Massive amount of work goes on in the background by all the guys that are in the pit stop crew. But there's one guy in particular, and he's famous in the world of supercars, and that is Wally Story. Been around for a long, long time, was an engineer at HRT in its early days, and he really took on the pit crew side of things within BJR and the training and put a lot of structure to it. And I would like to think that, you know, this is a big shout out to Wally Story on behalf of all the guys that have won that trophy again.
Absolutely, yeah. I've seen the famous photos of them with their training car and Wally out the front with the stopwatch and whipping everyone into gear. A lot of talk about good conditions at the moment, Andy, but there's every chance that we might just need some of these this weekend.
Yeah, well, there is. And, you know, I'm a weather geek, Chad, self-proclaimed.
got the rock?
I absolutely love it. The best thing about the Weather Rock is you can find one anywhere.
Is that right?
But what I was going to say about those wet weather tyres, I have been tracking the weather because one thing with the weather is it does fluctuate and it moves around a fair bit, and particularly at this place here.
Yep.
So a week out, it looked like Sunday was due for 10 to 20 mil. It got to 20 to 40 mil at one point. And when I looked this morning, what are we, Thursday, we're 4 days out, it looked like it was possibly going to be 5 to 10, and the rain actually looked like it had come forward into the weekend. And would you believe it? It looks like it might come down during the top 10 shootout on Saturday afternoon. So at some point, the short of it is, Dunlop wet tyres are going to get fitted to these race cars.
Let's dive in with Walkinshaw and Andretti United and have a bit of a chat. We've got Ryan Walkinshaw here today. I haven't actually spoken to you. We're staying in the same hotel for the last 2 weeks, never even saw each other. Welcome, mate. How was your time in quarantine?
It's actually pretty good. It was like a nice little holiday. It's been a pretty stressful year, so getting the opportunity to sit back and read a book on a balcony for 2 weeks in the sun was actually quite nice.
Wasn't too bad, was it?
Wasn't too bad. How was yours?
I actually, mate, I tried to keep
We
fit.
did actually wave to each other. He was about 3 or 4 floors below.
You had a good view at least.
Yeah.
How did you rate your driver's performance today? One of them's holding a knife right now. That concerns me.
yeah. Say it was good.
Exactly.
I was just quizzing him to see what sort of a day he had, and he had a butter knife, and I went, you're not going to do much with that.
Yeah, I think his driving was better than his hair choice, but he did okay.
Let's give him a right reply on that one. We'll bring the microphone over. What are you holding and why?
This is a knife.
That's a haircut.
Someone just said I had a bad day, and then I'm like, well, not really. Not a butter knife.
No.
Well, that was my question to you, and it looks like it's got a little bit of peanut butter or something going on there.
What's that, a bread roll?
Okay, there we go.
There you go.
Dinner of
Just to
champions.
clarify.
So back to
Breaking
your hair.
news here at Bathurst.
Look at these two here. Seriously, do we get a deal on peroxide at any point between the two of you?
Well, hey, we can hook you up.
Or is yours natural, Luffy?
Yeah. It's Gold Coast natural, mate. Everything's natural on the Gold Coast.
If you win, will you dye your hair blue?
Well, that is the bet that we've had. If we,
Yeah?
when we win, I think there is enough colour left that there's a chance that might happen. But also, I think Ryan Walkinshaw would look quite good with blue hair.
Yeah, what do you reckon, Ryan?
Actually,
If you guys win, I'm more than happy to dye my hair blue. Absolutely.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
On
So
Trackside Live
one last
on Sunday
question
night.
for Chaz. When you went that peroxide blonde during the E-Series, you were coined as Chaz Exotic. Is there a new nickname that goes with this?
Anything you want to come up with. Blue Smurf,
My kid
Troll.
loves Bluey. Can we call
Heard
you
it
Bluey?
all. I've heard it all.
I've got
seen
nothing.
it all
That's
on
why we're
Instagram.
firing at you.
But we actually heard there was a best hair team award at the gala awards after this weekend. So we just thought we'd give you our best shot for that award.
We can certainly
You're a front
guarantee
runner.
that you're in the front running
Yeah, I
for
like
it at
it.
the
Yeah,
moment,
thank you.
boys.
Thank
Hey,
you.
good
Thanks,
chat.
guys.
We'll come
I'm
back
looking
and see you
forward to
later.
seeing Blue Warren Luff when that happens. Man, it's such a strange feeling on a Thursday night. I think why we were marvelling at how quiet it was out there is typically it's never quiet at Bathurst. Doesn't matter what time of day it is when we've got all the campers here. So much has been said about it, but man, you can really notice it right now. One thing that's been happening more and more lately throughout the recent years that I've noticed, motorhomes are popping up. It looks like almost nearly the entire paddock's starting to stay in these things.
Yeah, and that's been a bit of a trend for the last couple of years. I did notice that Triple Eight earlier today, they've upped the game in terms of motorhomes, and they've bought their B trailer that they made at the start of last year, the one that pops up at the top, and that is their official motorhome. So
is this actually legal? Is this some sort of like child labour going on down here at the moment? We've got the kids cleaning the rims at the moment. I like that.
Sure it's illegal?
Sure, it's illegal. Are you getting paid for that?
No.
No.
are you
get a
saying
ticket
it's
to the race,
illegal
though.
because you don't get a choice? Is somebody forcing you to? Or no, mate, the smile on your face there suggests that you are having a ball. I've seen you all day. Not only is he cleaning rims at the moment, but I saw you making coffee in there earlier as well on the coffee machine. You weren't drinking any?
No.
Good to hear, good to hear.
Nice work. Got to keep the kids busy down here.
Gotta
And
keep the energy
If I was
levels
that
up.
age, I'd do anything at a racetrack. All right, so it's been a huge Thursday. We're going to come back and do it all again tomorrow. Be able to catch the action on Fox Sports Network. 10 will join us for tomorrow as well. We'll have Armour All qualifying tomorrow afternoon. That's going to be exciting. Hope you can join us back for another huge day here at the Mountain.